Go for it.
3, 2, 1. I'm Jose. This is Nayeli, and we're Milestones of Love. I always kind of forget. All right. We'll do it one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
Are we looking at here or here?
No, you're looking at there. Those are the cameras.
Okay, got it.
All right. I'm Jose, and this is Nayeli, and we're Milestones of Love, and we make wedding films. And today we're with Celia. She's a florist, and we're going to ask her some questions, for, like, see what she does, you know?
Hi guys, I'm Celia. I'm from Prettylilthngs, located in Long Beach. Right now we're prepping for Mother's Day, and it's really crazy busy. Thank God that everyone needs flowers, right? And they opened up the mart, and we're able to work. So if you need anything, we also have like $10 bundles. If you don't want it in the vase, we can make something for you for like $5. So any budget, we can accommodate.
So when they open up the mart, right? So before it wasn't open, how are you getting flowers?
So you would have to call, and then they would bring it to you, like to your car. So I didn't really have to do that. I would just go to Trader Joe's and pick up flowers. If anybody called me and needed anything, usually Trader Joe's has really good flowers. So if you guys ever need, that's the perfect spot. Trader Joe's, Vons, Rouse, Home Depot.
Yeah, because I was wondering when he mentioned that they were going to open up the flower shops for this weekend. I was like, well, aren't flower shops already kind of open? But
I know,
so that's good.
No, they weren't. It's like a whole drive up now. You have to just do drive up. So that's what we're doing as well. Yeah.
Nice. So what do you normally do? Mainly like weddings, events?
So we do a lot of weddings. Last year was our biggest year ever. And we did, which I found that I really enjoy doing, is the festivals, like big flower walls, flower crown bars. The festivals are the funnest, that's where all the fun's at. We did, last year we did Bottle Rock in Napa. And then we did another really big festival in San Francisco. So we also travel, to these big events and it's usually in their budget to pay for all your travel and all. So really, that's what I really enjoy. Weddings are very, they're a lot of work. Everything's work. Yeah. But I kind of found that I love doing the big festival stuff, the craziness of it all.
Yeah.
So you like the craziness of festivals?
I do.
Yeah. I think I'm the same way with weddings too. I like the craziness, like the chaoticness, like the not knowing, like kind of like you're just thinking. I think it kind of helps out because I like kind of things coming at me and I'm like, oh, how can I fix this? I think that the whole it kind of distracts you, but then you're kind of good because like you can kind of move around it. It's kind of interesting.
And I feel like the creativity of festivals is a lot more fun. Like weddings, I mean, it's usually just traditional, like the flower arrangements and this, but like festivals, I'm sure like with the walls, is really creative.
Well, the thing is that with weddings, you're making say 20, 30, 40 of the same arrangement. So you're just plugging away. And so you don't really get to use your creativity. So like right now we're working on like all these, this one's still in the works, but I just love
it's beautiful.
Everything different,
Yeah.
So everything turns out, that's what I love. I love Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, birthdays, especially when someone tells you, just do your thing. I trust you. And then you can just go crazy. And it's like, So Mother's Day, I get to just make a ton of arrangements and they're all different. Nothing's the same, So that's what I enjoy. I guess maybe not being in a box,
Well, that's good. It looks like you've been keeping busy, even though there's not that many festivals or weddings, but
I know. You have to find other avenues. Like I found myself doing landscaping jobs. I took some on, and it's just you kind of have to go with what kind of to keep you busy, creative. Yeah. So it's one of those things that you just kind of have to go with the flow,
And just like flowers are something that always brightens up everybody's mood. So it's kind of something that people will be like, you know what, I want to give somebody flowers to like put a smile on their face. So that's good. Like,
Right.
like
And
that
I think
booster.
also if you do like if you can go like on a walk, take your little clippers and cut. I do this all the time. Like if I see a nice bush on the street, it's not in anyone's property, it's fair game. I go off and I clip, and there's some really, really nice things out there that you can take advantage of if you don't have a lot of money to spend on flowers. You can kind of do arrangements with just grains.
Yeah. I saw that you do like little planters now too.
Yeah, planters are fun.
I was
Did I drop this?
here. Hold it.
I had a call come through, sorry.
You know what would be fun actually, to do one of those, like you said, after you can do like social gatherings, it'd be kind of fun, like taking like few people just like in an urban like flower scouting, like a walk with like flower scouting, and then you can tell them about like the different type. I mean, a lot of people don't even know like the names of the flowers. That'd be kind of, I think that'd be interesting. It gets people outside, get to learn a little bit about like things you can do for like free. I gotta get some stuff like.
What's really cool is there's an app now that you just put on the flower and it'll tell you what it is.
Nice.
So believe me, I don't know all the names of the flowers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm self-taught. I'm learning all the time, but I know what I like, and I tend to use a lot of the same type of flowers at times, but I don't know a lot of the names. So it's kind of nice to keep learning, and that app's pretty cool too.
Yeah. What's the name of that app?
I forget.
Text me later.
Snap something.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'll text you.
Yeah, because I'm always like wondering, like, what is this called? Like, what flower is this? Because I mean, you're just used to like what you see out every day, but it's always like different things. Nice.
I mean, it's just. I mean, so what we're gonna do? I just acquired the space next door. We're gonna do we're gonna start doing events there. So if you guys need a space to do photo shoots or anything like that, it'll be all ready this weekend. We're gonna debut it tomorrow.
So you said it's gonna be ready tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So what did you like? What changes did you make to it?
So you want to see it?
Yeah, show us.
Okay.
Take a walk. We'll take a trip.
Oops. Okay. I keep putting. I'm not used to this, so.
I know.
All right, let's see. Okay, let me flip you guys. Let me,
Flip us.
how do I do this? I don't know if I could flip you, but anyway, I'm gonna show you around. So we're full with the flowers right now, but this is like our holding area. But
Oh, nice.
I also have a local artist that came in yesterday and started the mural.
Uh-huh. Looks
And the lighting went up. We put air in yesterday or Friday. I don't know what day it is. Yeah, this is it. It's all gonna stay white. Can you guys see?
good. Yeah.
Yeah, we can see.
It's all gonna stay white. So it's pretty big. It's only like 250 square feet. It's tiny.
Nice.
But yeah, that's it.
Looks
That's
good.
pretty cool. Yeah.
So did you do like before and after pictures? So like
Sorry. Yeah, that's it.
it looks good.
Can I hear you? Can you hear? Now
I
I
can-
can hear you guys.
Okay.
My husband
Yeah.
can hear.
It's like the Wi-Fi goes away.
Did you guys? Were you guys able to see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
it
were.
looks
Yeah.
great. It looks really good.
Yeah, it's come along. So we've done a lot of work since last Friday. In a week.
It looks like it. Yeah, because when I think that Yeli showed me the spades, it was very like it just was like an empty room, and now it has like some shelving, some like life to it, some mural, which actually adds a lot of like flavor and color to it. It's really, really cool.
Beautiful. It's so pretty. I mean, there's gonna be so many. I want to do like kids parties in there, and do like I want to get a projector and have like we're doing blackout shades, so the kids can come and watch movies. We can set up the little teepees, collaborate with other vendors like Sleepy
Sleepy
Teepee.
TV.
And she can come and set up the teepees and pillows for all the kids, and they can sit and watch a movie.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to when all this is over.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's cool though. You're utilizing still the space to like showcase like the flowers. So pretty much, how is it going to work? Like people that's like the showroom for the flowers for tomorrow.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're making them here, and then we're walking them over, and then when anyone comes, they can go in there and pick what they need. We have all our deliveries separated, so the deliveries will start going out tomorrow. But yeah, they can either pull up and we can bring it out to you, or they can walk in because, you know, everybody can wait and walk in, pick what they need, and then we can do the Venmo or whatever, you know.
Right.
Pretty easy. Nobody has to have much contact.
Yeah. So what do you have going on this weekend? I know you have
So we're going to be here today till 4. We'll be here tomorrow from 10 to 4, and on Mother's Day 10 to 4. And Saturday and Sunday we're going to have Wolf's Brew, which is our local coffee shop, which is up the street. They're going to be setting up a cart, and we're going to, you know, the first, I don't know, maybe 10 people that show will get free coffee. They'll be here Sunday as well, and then at 12 o'clock we're going to have a guitarist come in. So if anybody wants to come by, they can bring their lounge chair, hang outside, wear their mask, and 6 feet distance, you know, just to get out of the house. And this street is really quiet on Sundays. It's quiet now because of what's going on, but on Sundays it's even better. So you know, you can have a nice little crowd out there. Have some champagne or have coffee.
Yeah. I know it's every time I go to your studio, like, or your shop, like, I just want to like walk around the neighborhood because it's so pretty and like quiet.
It's cute. And it's kind of nice right now because there's not a lot of cars. Usually it's chaotic, you know, there's a lot of cars buzzing around and parking is crazy. But yeah, Sunday, this weekend here will be fun. Sunday is going to be a good day, you know, and you want to come and hang out and listen to some jazz music.
Question time? I thought you had the question.
No, I thought you were going to ask the question.
Oh.
So what is your price range for the flowers that you're doing, that you have up in the other room?
So we can do, like if, you know, we can do a $5 just a tight little bushel, no vase. And then we have $10, starting at $10 in a small little vase. Do you want to go one of the $10 ones? I'll show you what that looks like.
Yeah.
And then they go up from there. Like I have some orders that are like 150 for an arrangement. So they just vary. You know, somebody wants to go crazy. And you know,
so how does that work? Does somebody just say like, hey, this is my budget, get creative?
Yeah. Usually. I mean, some people are specific, like, oh, I need yellow, or you know, definitely can you add this? So some people are really specific. Others are just do what you want.
Do you ever get like husbands, or not just like, or boyfriends, or just men being like, my wife likes like that one pretty big flower, and you're like,
and
what?
They're like, what is it? It's probably a peony.
Yeah.
Probably these, like, because all women love these, right?
Yeah.
The peonies. So we have, these are the $10 bushels, and they range, like this is a really big one. Like
yeah.
This is $10,
$10.50.
$10. So they're going fast. You know,
yeah.
We're pumping those out like really, we're making a ton of those because, you know, you could take care of a lot of people. For 10,
yeah.
You know, like you have 5 moms or grandma. I have an order for 10. So yeah, people are buying those up like crazy, and it's good if it's in the budget.
Yeah. Are you doing planters still? With a little like plant.
We have the plants as well. So let me show you. So here's one that needs to go inside of the macrame hanging plants. Yeah. So we need to do that. Once I get my other hands here, we're gonna get a little more organized in here. But yeah, they're pretty. This one's really pretty. This is called a praying plant. It's even blooming.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I like the pattern that it has.
So how many people do you normally have working with you, like for Mother's Day weekend?
Well, you know, usually in the past it was always just me. But usually it's me and my daughter, and my husband and my son come here and we all hang out because it's Mother's Day. We celebrated last year. Usually I have 2 people, maybe me and one other person. This year is insane. So I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4 today. And then Saturday and Sunday, we're going to have, I think, 5, because we're going to have 2 drivers to deliver.
Okay.
So, yeah, this year is definitely the biggest year we've had for Mother's Day. I think it's the times, you know.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be extra special.
Yeah, and you know what? I think a lot of people love supporting small businesses, and they want to do their part. I know we've been doing our part, you know, with all the local businesses. We try to, you know, spread it to our favorite restaurants, and then when we go, we tip them pretty, you know, you want to give them a little extra, but yeah.
And my mom requested Olive or Italian food. I was like, instead of doing like the original, like we normally do Olive Garden, I was like, let's find a local Italian place.
Yeah, did you find one?
I haven't checked out the one that you told me about it, but I'm gonna check it out.
Oh yeah.
See if they have like pickup, something like that. I lost my next question. I was thinking about it.
No, you're pretty good. You're doing pretty good at those questions.
I was gonna ask another question and I forgot. So okay, so you're there for Mother's Day like all day. So what is like a gift that you would want for Mother's Day?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
A shoulder massage. Yes.
Nice.
I will sit right here on this chair, and I would just love a shoulder massage.
Yeah, those are good.
I mean,
So do your kids ever like show up with flowers for you?
No.
No. They're like, I don't want to see another flower.
Yeah, I'm like, no thanks, that's okay. A plant would be good. I love plants, or outdoor plants. You know, flowers would be great, but yeah, no, usually no.
Nice. You have anything?
I had a bunch of questions, and I just like I was so worried about like making this work. I think just like, yeah, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, you guys are doing great.
Thanks. What else? Let me see. Trying to think what else I want to know.
I mean, it's kind of cool. I like what you said about like, let's say like, you know, I know you say you do weddings, and like a lot of the times where like people are like, I have this much budget, like, you know, what can I do with it? So like how does it usually, like when somebody wants to work with you, how does like usually that process? And like, do you just do like, oh, I got this much budget, this is what I want to do, or like they give you some kind of samples, or like just kind of guide us to that? Because like from a perspective of like a bride that's never dealt with a florist at all.
Yeah, I mean, the majority of the time, a lot of the brides don't know what flowers cost, and it's really not about the flowers themselves. You know, sure, flowers get expensive. What it is, it's the labor, because it's so labor intensive, and it's a lot of work. You're not just working on the wedding the day of. It's usually like 3 days. So, you know, you have to place your order, pick them up, bring them back, process everything. You have to clean them, put them in buckets, and then you've got to dispose of all your mess, you know, your boxes that they've come in. That's one day. The next day is doing all the arrangements, and then, you know, putting everything away, cleaning it up, and then the next day is the wedding. So usually, I mean, you're lucky if it's a 3 day. Sometimes it's all week. It just depends on the size. So, you know, I think that's what the problem is. It's like, I would say a problem, but it's the understanding of it all. Like, I think if you knew like how much goes into it, then it would be like, oh, okay, I get it now. That's the labor. You know, it's very labor intensive. A lot of weddings have, you know, we're on big ladders and we're hanging things, and you know, if it's a smaller wedding, then yeah, it's doable. And if someone's on a strict budget, you know, we can work with that. We suggest like smaller vases and a little, maybe a more common flower, but we can make it look beautiful. You know, just because you're on a budget doesn't mean you can't have a wedding. I always say, give me your dream wedding. Let me see what that would look like, and we can make that work. We can get you close to that.
So something simple as like changing the vase style could like lower the budget, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
And I mean, and you know, and sometimes a lot of brides think, you know, a lot of brides think, just give me all greenery. they think because they're cutting the flowers out that it's not, you could really still add flowers and keep into the budget,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's all different levels, but usually we can work with anybody's budget.
I had a question. I just I lost it. I should have wrote it down. As far as, wow, I just can't remember right now.
I know, it's all I'm learning all this information that I'm trying to process.
I know. I was just saying, also notice you said, what you do is you do get that budget, and then I'm not bang into this. They gave you that budget, but at the same time, the way you work, you go over and beyond for these clients. I feel like that's what you do too. That's one thing that it's kind of hard to explain that, but you tell them hey, if you hire me, with your budget, I go over and beyond. That's the kind of thing I noticed with your work, which is really, really awesome. And how do you put that into words when you're talking to a potential client? That's, I don't know.
Right. No, I mean, and usually it's word of mouth. I get a lot of people that have recommended me, and I go from I make sure that everything's covered. If you have bars, I do the bar area, I do the bathrooms, I do a ton of extra stuff. So I always end up getting ordering extra items. I know what I can do with the budget, but I definitely love doing extra because it's a reflection of your work, and it's almost like decorating. So, and I enjoy that. So I think I just kind of get into that zone of wanting to just make sure that everything looks a certain way. But yeah, I definitely love covering all aspects of a wedding, an event, doing all those little extra things. I think that's what sets people apart, because there is people are oh, well, everyone, you do flowers, but so does so-and-so, or do you think that person's going to take business away from you? I'm no, because we're all so different. We may not, your personality may not vibe with the bride, but maybe that other person's personality does, So because you have to create this relationship as well. And usually you become friends afterwards, and they're repeats, they keep coming back. So that's where I would say you would set yourself apart, whatever you do, whatever your specialty is, those little details like that is what's going to set you apart from someone else, and your heart, because you put your heart into it.
And it shows.
Yeah, I do love that. When you do give your all to the bride and groom, and then they do know I like when you tell someone your story, why you do it, the little details that you do. And then sometimes I feel when people just ask you for your price and they're how much does this cost? And then they don't give you a chance to kind of explain it, my workflow, what I do, how I make it extra special for you. I feel like you said, you have to vibe with them, which is super cool. I wish you can talk to all clients. I wish a lot of them wish they had a conversation, that'd be awesome. But someone just give me a price. I'm well, you gotta talk a little more about how specific it is, which is the cool part.
Yeah, that's so true. It's just, I don't know. I just and then you do, if you meet somebody, there's people that you meet that you're just drawn to them, and then you become, just like when I met you guys, I was oh my gosh, the first day I met you guys, I knew that it was love at first sight.
Yeah.
So
same.
And here we are, how many years later, and we still talk, and we're trying to support each other. So those are the relationships that last. And when you have a bride, it's not just a customer. I don't even call them customers. It's like a personal relationship, because it's the best time of their life, and the happiest. And I've had brides call me and be I wish I didn't do this. I wish I didn't do that. I'm it's okay. Don't stress. It's okay. Call me anytime. I'm your florist, but
yeah,
Londoner,
I feel it's always nice. We still have some clients that we see them grow with their family. We did one of our first engagements that we did end up doing their elopement, and we did their Christmas pictures. We did their first baby's first birthday party, their second baby. We just did their cake smash too. So we're growing with them too. So
growing with them,
you it's more, it becomes a friendship that you create with them.
They call that legacy, that's their legacy repeats or whatever. But that's like the best thing, you know, babies, quinceañeras, you know, you see them growing up and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm getting old, you know, like you know, these young babies now they're like, oh, you did the baby's baptism 4 years ago. I just had somebody walk by the other day and she's like, you did it up the street. I said, I remember.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that the baby's 4. It's insane, you know, it's crazy, but it's enjoyable, you know?
Yeah.
So I think the first time that we met Celia was at the Mamacitas, right? And it's funny because like we were just trying to get out there as well. Like this was the first time because we've always been like, I always work with people who were like the person who was doing the project was directing. So they were always like telling me like, hey, I need to shot like that. But that was the first time me and Ayeli went out there interviewing people. And it was funny because like we were like scared out of our minds. We're like so afraid, like, what are we gonna ask these business owners? Like, I want to do this, but like I was so scared. Like Nayeli was too. We were both freaked out. And I know we asked you like, hey, can we interview you? And I know at the time like you were like super afraid. And like
I was like, no, I don't know what to say.
And then look at you now, like we like all kind of grown up, which is kind of amazing. Like we got into this next level, which is super amazing. I love that. Like we first like super scared and timid. We're like, now we can actually like kind of walk through that fear. It makes it so much nicer. Like kind of get like, wow, it's like some weight off of you. It's kind of like
you know, somebody told me like, I've gone to a few workshops, like really big florist workshops. I went to 2. And what she told me was, you just have to be yourself. Just act like you're having a conversation with someone. Talk to them like you would talk to somebody that was in front of you. So I've been practicing that and it's gotten so much easier, you know, so much easier. And it's nice when it's like a free flow, like you know, it's very casual. Yeah. It's when you get those questions that are like, so tell me, you know, it's a little more, and you're like, oh my gosh, how do I answer that without sounding like a bumbling idiot?
Like you practice it so much.
Yeah, it's like, and I hear some people talk and it just flows and they sound so great. And I'm like, wow, I wish I could do that. But yeah, I think it comes with time.
I feel like when I get asked questions at like I practice them before I start recording, and I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what I'm gonna say. Like I'm good, and then I get in front of that camera, and it's just like, what was I supposed to say?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy. It's a little intimidating.
Well, you don't have what I have. I used to be I was like, I'm still a little bit, I'm still like getting like, oh, that's why I started this podcast too. Cause like, I want to get over that fear, but my mind goes completely blank to the point where like, I cannot remember anything. And it's very, very scary where like, I'm just drawing blanks. And then I get more into panic mode. It's like, I've done that. I had a talk in front of like 80 people.
Oh, wow.
And it was scariest thing ever. And I was supposed to do like a 30-minute pitch or thing. It was like I bombed. I did like 2 minutes in front of everybody. And then I just like got stuck. And
I'm done.
Yeah, I was just like, my mind just drew blanks and it was the most scariest thing, but I kept doing it. Like I still keep doing it. And it's funny because like, it's gotta be better. Like, cause after you do it once and you bomb, you're like, all right, it can't get worse than this.
But it's like, how do you get, I mean, like, I know there's tips because there's an acting studio across the street. And I keep saying, I'm going to go and take a class. And he's like, oh, I can show you tips on how to get over that. And like, just like maybe 3 tips and you'll be fine. So I just need to pull the trigger and just do it, you know, and get on that.
Maybe we should take classes together. I think that would be a good thing. I feel like I need a little bit more because I feel like, yeah, public speaking is not my thing, but I'm getting better at it. But I really want to I want to focus on sending my message, like what I'm really talking about versus like just being so scared out of my mind that that's the only thing I think about. And I actually just
and then after you do it, you're like, why did I say that? Like,
or you're just like, oh, I should have said this. Like,
yeah, you're thinking like, yeah, I had so many other way better things to say.
Yeah, I know. It's just really having a conversation is how you have to kind of look at it. It's like right now, I feel like we're just talking on the phone, FaceTime.
Yeah.
You know?
So I want to know, like, is it just like something natural that people are like born with, like being able to just come, like, because I did drama classes in high school, middle school and high school. And my brother was like really good, but I was like, the drama teacher was like so hard on me because I was like very soft spoken. But I feel like I'm just not a loudspeaker. Like Jose's,
You're
like,
pretty dramatic though. I think.
okay, dramatic and loudspeakers. But like,
dramatic and being at home are two different things. I might be dramatic at home.
I feel like just because I wasn't like loud and I couldn't project my voice and stuff like that, like it kind of, I guess like people knocked like giving me that like negative feedback, like, oh, you need to speak up, you need to be louder. Like I feel like I didn't have to be. I remember I applied for like a management position and I also was told, you're so soft spoken. I was like, but just because I'm soft spoken doesn't mean I can't get things done or I can't bring a message across, you know, like I don't have to yell, I don't have to like, and I feel like that's like, is it just,
I think, yeah, I guess like that's the way. And I just like also that things come down with learning about yourself, like being like, this is who I am. Like if I'm soft spoken, like, you know, there's roles for people who are soft spoken. There's people who are like completely like actors or complete weirdos. Because Zach Galifianakis, like he's a total weirdo, but he plays it off. He does it well. Nobody's like him. Like that's a cool thing. Someone's like, you know, like Zoe doesn't know what like,
yeah,
she's like it's, or yeah, she's like everybody's like so like if there's nobody like you, that's a good thing because then you're not trying to be like somebody else. And I think that's what the whole thing that I've learned with this business process, this life process, like you just have to be yourself and you have to be okay because like people are gonna like you who you like they like, and there's like somebody who's soft spoken, they'll like attract better to them. If someone's like too much energy, like that is like too much. I'm like, all right, I'm tired. I need a break.
But see, it's like that's the thing. Like you gravitate towards people that are like you can understand. Like people that are like woo, 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 crazy, talk fast, you know, and they just like, and I'm like, oh, I can't. Like it's too much energy for me. So we all vibe towards who we are connected to, who we can relate to. I mean, geez, talking to you guys, I mean, I grew up in the town you live in, you know, it's like these things that are so common and comfortable, I think are the best, you know, and that's how we how friendships are made. And with actors and actresses, a lot of them are shy, they're awkward. You know, I think a lot of creatives are like that, you know. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I was like, I felt so awkward and different. Childhood.
Yeah.
Not good, you know.
I guess the next question I can ask is, Celia, so like, what's one thing you wish that you knew, like that you learned about business? Because I mean, being a creative is good. Like, like the creative part I got like, but the business side is where like I struggle. Like what's some like good advice that like you wish you had that tool, like your now self will tell you, like when you started your business? Like, what's one thing like you wish you knew, or a few things? I mean, whatever.
You know, definitely contracts. You know, I'm definitely not a business. I'm like the labor. And I love being the labor. I wish I had someone to do the business end of it because and most creatives are like that. So I would say contracts, getting deposits. I haven't had any problems yet. I did have last year's, my biggest account was really terrible at paying. And I learned a really big lesson. So they gave me the really big accounts. Did really well last year. The beginning of this year, they started off really strong. We did 3 jobs for them. And I didn't have anything in writing. I basically signed my life away when I went on with them, where I couldn't, you know, talk about the job or who it was for. So what ended up happening is they ended up owing me thousands of dollars. And I was going at them, you know, I need payment, blah, blah, blah. Well, they ended up paying me $500 out of this amount that they owed me. And then after COVID came, they sent me a letter saying that they were no longer going to be in business and that they had no assets, and that basically if they owed anybody money, they were going to get paid. So not only did I miss out on I paid all my staff, paid for supplies, and lost out on like $6,700. So that's a big lesson for me that I learned is, you know, contracts, big jobs like that with big companies is to have it paid maybe the week before the project. So that's my biggest lesson, and I wish I would have known that, you know, but there are big lessons, and it's stuff that I'm taking care of now with all this downtime. I have to work on getting a good contract going for corporations, like corporate businesses that I'm going to work with, and clients, you know. So that's a major one.
I agree. Contracts are very important because we've done things without contract, and they, for the most part, they usually kind of go south sometimes. A lot of the times, like people walk away from projects, they don't want to pay you. They give you stuff up front, like, hey, work on this first. And then like, it was like, nope, like because we can't put the work in first. Like one thing that we learned, if you put, like people usually, the way it works is like, if you don't put any money up front, like they just walk away from the project. Like, you know, I've shot things for people or like, I'll pay you later on. Like you never hear back from them. It's like, no, like deposits all the time. And
so it's so wrong, you know, but you know what, that's how they conduct their life, and that's how they go around doing business. And, you know, you figure, how's that working out for them if their daily is being that type of a person, you know? So it may take us a little longer to learn things and to get further in our business. But I always consider it, I always look at it as like the turtle, you know, it's a slow process, and nothing good ever happens overnight, like quick, you know? So as we're going, it might take us longer, but in the end, we're just going to grow and grow, you know, slowly, but we're in for the long run, you know, we're not just quick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I get it. Yeah.
It's a whole philosophy. You grow through pain. Maybe it's really our fault because we don't know, and it's like we should know better. And I think it's just part of the process. And the best thing about it that I love is like all those things that happen, like, you know, maybe contracts, not contracts, like things that happen that are like, wow, like, but yet I'm still here doing what I love. And that's what actually I love about it. It's like that didn't take away from like me wanting to keep moving forward and progressing, you know. That's the coolest thing. And I see Celia's doing the same thing. Like she's like now, like, what is it? Like she got another like place, like the side, like little creative space. I call it room, but it's like the creative space. And it's like during like this like pandemic. But yeah, but I'm saying like growing that's kind of cool. I mean, that's interesting. Like a lot of people be like, no, like the economy's bad, you know, but you, like Celia's like moving forward. It's like, that's pretty awesome.
You have to take that chance, you know. It'll work out. I mean, just take chances sometimes. But guys, I gotta go because I'm getting a ton of messages from my girl that's out looking for a stapler. Stapler.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Celia is having a really great Mother's Day promotion this weekend. She just like opened up a creative space, so she's gonna have that open. There's gonna be where you could come pick up like no contact, like floor arrangements, have some coffee. There's gonna be guitar playing.
So
just check it out.
So we're gonna put the description. Actually, it's gonna be the information will be on the description of this video. Check it out, or we're probably gonna just pop it up.
So you can see like where their address is at. You could also do delivery.
And there's gonna be
pickup.
And there's gonna be some pretty like awesome like specials, right, on flowers.
Yeah. So flowers are starting at $5 for little bundles.
Man, you can't beat that. So
get all your mamas.
Check flowers.
It out.
Check it out.
Support a small business.
Support her, follow her, and also don't forget to follow us at Milestones of Love, and don't forget to follow also Prettylilthngs. We'll link all that so you guys don't have to like, you know, go back in the video trying to find it because I know how hard it is. I've done it with like, we're pausing it. Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks everybody for watching us. Yeah, thank you, and have a good one. Bye-bye.
Happy Mother's Day.